Okay, with Ben Harrison. Ben, how do you feel the season's going so far?
Good. There's a lot of positives. Halfway through in the semi-final of the Challenge Cup, we're up in the mix of it in the league. Not an ideal position being third, but we're up there, and considering some of the injuries and that we've had, I think we're doing well.
You've been one of the casualties yourself earlier in the season. How's your fitness now?
Yeah, it's getting back into the swing of things now. A bit of game time under the belt, and obviously, week in, you sort of build. It's building blocks really, getting back there, and you start to find your form, and you get to cope with your body better. You realise, when you're out for 8 weeks, which I was, it's hard. You sort of forget some of the stuff that you do in tackles and your body positions and everything, but you get back into the swing of things, so it's good.
Now Tony picked you out as one of the heroes from the win at Catalan. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, it's good to be complimented, by the coach, but I think just the team effort was unbelievable. The desperation that they showed, every player 1 to 17 was outstanding. Throwing the bodies on the line, and it's a hard place to go, Catalans, to get a result like that, and I think everyone just really aimed up and did well.
So what did you do differently from the league game there?
I just turned up really. I think we turned up a bit underprepared. Tony touched on it at the start of the week that this week the preparation by the staff and the players was unbelievable. Everyone was fully focused and just knew the job in hand that we had to do, and I think also there was a bit of revenge that people wanted. It's not good to be on the end of a result like that. It's one of the first times we've been beaten by a score like that, so it was very disappointing, and a lot of the players took it personally, and I think that showed in the game at the weekend.
Was there almost a feeling of going into that game as underdogs?
I think we were fully confident in our ability, obviously, to perform and get a result and get the win. But Catalans have proved that they've made it a bit of a fortress in the south of France this year with no one winning there. So that was obviously a big factor that people were looking at, and that they haven't been beaten. But I think it just shows the effort and the performance that the boys put in to get the result.
Now you're in the semi-final. You've got Huddersfield. The other one, Leeds, Wigan.
Yeah.
Would you have chosen Huddersfield if you'd have had the choice?
It's just one of them. I think the Challenge Cup's one of them competitions that anything can happen, and you've just got to turn up on the game. Otherwise, you can come undone. So whichever team would have got, it would have been a really hard game, and all the teams have been playing really well this year. Obviously Huddersfield are doing well, and Leeds prove year in year out that they're not to be underestimated, and we're going to obviously playing well and up at the top of the league as well. So any one of the teams would have been will be a hard game, and we'll have to turn up fully prepared and firing on all cylinders to get the result.
Is it frustrating that you have to wait nearly 2 months to play that game?
It is a little, yeah, because the week it's been every 2 weeks the last few rounds, so you're sort of getting Challenge Cup build up, and then there's a big wait now, which is obviously a bit disappointing, but it'll be worth it when it comes, no doubt.
And if you had the choice, what's more important to you, a Challenge Cup final or a Grand Final?
I think we'll go for the clean sweep this year. We're obviously in the running for all 3 competitions. I know it's only halfway through, but we're up there performing well and getting good results. So I think to be in the semi-final as well, it's just good to be in that position where you're still in the running and you can go for all 3.
Now before then, you've got Wakefield coming up at the weekend. What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, it'll be a really tough game. They proved when they came to the Halliwell Jones that they can turn up and they can give you a bit of stick and perform. We've got talented players in the team, and if they play well together, then they can pose quite a big threat. So we've got to be fully prepared and obviously build on last week, some of the positives that we had in the defence and the attitude, and I think if we do that well, then we'll come away with the 2 points.
Now we see Ben Harrison playing in the pack, at loose forward or prop sometimes. Where's your favourite position?
Just as long as I'm in the team really, but I do I do like loose forward because I think it gives me more roam. Like I can roam, you can sort of follow the ball around a bit. But you know, no matter where I play, where Tony chooses to play me, I'm just happy to be in there, sort of thing.
Finally, the moustache is gone now, is it, or is it coming back?
I don't know yet. I mean, like as soon as I got rid of it, I was gutted. I thought, why have I done that? And top lip felt, a bit empty without it. But
might be coming back from what I can see.
Yeah, I know there's a bit of stubble there, so I'll make a decision. But I did like it, so it's always an option.
Okay, going for the movie star looks. All right, Ben. Good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Cheers.